A very good morning, warm welcome to all the trade partners and the Lufthansa Group. I really appreciate your time in attending this webinar today. It's great to meet up with the clients at any point of time. Though personally, if given a choice, I prefer the face-to-face ones. But things are different today. In fact, our business has changed to a great degree. Gold medal has not been an exception to this. We have been very, very positive during this time and utilize our time and efforts to enhance the product offering just so that we can service you better. Our clients have always been the focal point of all the activities that we undertake at GM. Gold Medal Connect is one such platform created to enable exchange of information, ideas, and feedback between two of the most important elements in our business, our trade partners and the suppliers, including airlines and other partners. Through Gold Medal Connect, you will be seeing a series of business webinars in coming times. Lufthansa Group has of course been at the forefront in partnering with Gold Medal in all our client engagement activities. The endeavor has always been to keep it personalized and make it a unique experience for our clients, whether it was the first event, the boat race, or the drumming event, or our last event, which was at the Dubai Equestrian Club. I am now going to invite the Lufthansa team to kickstart the webinar. Ulpa, who's a senior key account manager with the Lufthansa Group, will be presiding over this presentation today. But before that, I am going to invite Nadia, who's the general manager sales for the UAE, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Hi, Nadia.
Hello,
Please
good
take over.
morning. Hello, good morning. Thank you very much. I'm happy to see so many people joined our webinar here this morning. So a warm welcome from my side. I'm very excited and thrilled that we're having this opportunity to have a very digital and interactive session here today. I very much loved that video. I think it reminds us of the great partnership that we have, the great collaboration, and obviously many great events that we had in the past. Now going through the new normal with Corona in our lives, we are changing to digital platforms. However, this doesn't mean that we cannot be interactive and collaborating. So I'm looking forward to the session today. A very, very, very big thank you to all of us supporting the Lufthansa Group in the last year. It's been a tough time for the travel agents, for the airline, the whole aviation industry is down. However, I am positive things will get better. Developments seem to go further, especially here in the UAE with the vaccine strategy. But what is really amazing is really the ongoing support that we had from you, especially during those difficult times. So I really want to give a big thank you. I'm happy you guys are there here in the market with us. And yeah, I would not lose too much time and give the word to Ulpa. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Nadia, and a warm welcome from my side as well. It's just so overwhelming to see all those emotional moments from the past events that we've done jointly, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity for us today to digitally reconnect with all the trade partners with Gold Medal. And I must say that we really appreciate the time that you've taken out of the schedule to also engage with us. During the course of the session, I would strongly urge you to please ask your questions, to clarify any information, because it's your day today. The session is for you. So it's your time also to engage, to talk, to clarify, and to get all the informations that you need. To begin with, if you give me a moment, I would like to start sharing my screen. And before we deep dive into the session, I would invite my colleague Mayada, who's joining us from Kuwait today. And we would like to do a little fun mood check with you to also understand what is it that you have in your mind and what are your thoughts as well. So when Mayada shares her screen, meanwhile, I would request all of you to either log on to another screen in your desktop or on your mobile phones to type the website, which is www.menti.com. We will have a login into this particular website with a code as well, which is 13449678. So can I all request you to first log into menti.com and then use this code in order to log into our mood check? Sarfaraz, can you also maybe just type the code and the website in the chat box so that people have it there?
Sure, Ulpa, we'll do that.
Thank you. So once again, the code is 13449678, and the website that you need to log in or type in the search field is www.menti.com. Maida, do you want to already start sharing your screen?
Hi, Ulpa, and hi, everyone. Yes, will share my screen now.
Perfect.
Please
Thank you
let
so
me know
much.
when you see it.
Yes, we see it now, Mayada.
Great.
So let's wait for people to log in. We still have about, I would say, 14 people logged in. And I would give them some time to also get onto the screen with the code. So once again, for everybody attending the session today who joined us this morning, kindly log into www.menti.com. You will also see it on the screen right on the top. And the code to type is 13449678. Once again, this is the session for you. So we really want to also have this opportunity to participate, to engage, and to reconnect with us. Fantastic. So we also wanted to know and kick off the session to understand that where are your customers inquiring for summer travel this year? The theme of our session today with gold medal is also in terms of summer travel to expect. So it would be interesting for us also to know, have the customers already started inquiring for summer travel with yourselves? So we do have quite a bit of yes here on the screen, which is definitely a very positive outlook. I would say that if people have started inquiring for summer, there is a building confidence among people to also restart and kickstart travel opportunities.
Yes, here we
So
are.
now we know and we are aware that there is a certain positive outlook in terms of customers wanting to travel to summer. So the next step would be also to understand in which direction do they want to travel. Do they want to travel to Europe? Do they want to travel to the US, to the Canada, or they want to travel to some other destinations? So this will also help us to understand the kind of customer queries that you're already receiving or the kind of insights that your customers are already contacting you for more information. Okay, so we do see quite a bit of Europe as well as quite a bit of other destinations that the customers are wanting to travel to. Europe is okay, all right, gaining ground there. Perfect. Okay, so it's good for us also to understand and gain these insights from you and get more information as well. So it's definitely a positive sign that yes, people are gearing up for summer. Your customers are contacting you for different travel requirements, or at least you're getting insights in terms of their travel requirements. I would now want to deep dive and restart our session and I will start off now by presenting my screen one more time so that we can take this forward. Thank you so much, Mayada.
You are welcome, Ulpa.
So I'm back with you all today and the focus points of our webinar today. So what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk to you about what is our current network, where are we operating, what does the summer outlook look like, what are the various safety and hygiene measures that we have undertaken with the Lufthansa Group, a little bit about our Lufthansa Experts, which is the travel information platform for our trade partners like yourselves, Partner Plus Benefit, which is our corporate bonus program for the SMEs and the corporates. Last but not the least, and the most important, the topics that we received from your end with reference to certain operational and service requirements. Please stay connected with us all through the webinar, because I will also throw in certain surprise questions. We have a fantastic quiz towards the end of the session. So if you've not gone shopping lately, or you've not gone with your partner into a cinema theater to watch a movie, please watch out for these exciting prizes with the quiz that we will have towards the end of the session. Once again, can I please request everybody to keep themselves on mute, because I have some background noise where probably somebody has unmuted accidentally. Thank you. So let's start by seeing what is the current network that we operate of the Lufthansa Group in the Middle East region. So as of March, going forward into April, from UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi, and Oman, what are the frequencies that we're operating? From Dubai, we are operating a daily flight into Dubai, Frankfurt. With Swiss International, we operate 4 times a week into Zurich. Kuwait, we operate once a week. Muscat is planned once a week, actually starting from April, but it is still under a planning phase. This is with Edelweiss Airlines. From Riyadh, we are currently operating twice a week frequency. Dammam twice a week as well. Bahrain, I would say, is more or less consistent and stable like Dubai, operating 5 times a week. You will see a little warning sign with a yellow box there, because it's also to highlight and for you to keep it at the back of your mind that there are currently travel restrictions which apply into Kuwait, Riyadh, Dammam. So please make sure that you look at these restrictions for inbound or outbound when it comes to the eligibility of travelers when you're offering these options to your customers. What is the current Lufthansa Group flight schedule when we look at the network and more with the concentration of the extensive vacation destinations that we plan for summer? You will see our hubs on the right-hand side, mainly for Frankfurt, Munich, Zurich, Vienna, and Brussels. We are introducing almost 20 new vacation destinations from Frankfurt and 13 new holiday destinations actually from Munich. So we do expect a strong and positive outlook when it comes to a summer travel, when it comes to leisure travel. And there's a special focus on the Caribbean, the Canary Islands, and Greece. So at different engagements, when we had contacted our customers, our trade partners, travel partners, the feedback that we got from them is there is a lot of demand which is building up for Caribbean islands, Canary Islands, and the Greece. Meanwhile, our business travel network destinations will also remain attractive, which brings me to the next slide, that what are these destinations that we want to introduce for summer? So all these destinations are already in the GDS for summer travel. We do expect a stronger leisure and VFR travel over the next couple of months until the end of August. What are the new destinations that we bring for your customers? It's starting Gran Canaria, Fuerteventura, Valencia, Malaga, Cancun, Bulgaria, Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. And last but not the least, beginning June, we will also now operate a flight to Anchorage in Alaska, which takes you on the Alaskan tours and cruises as well, because there is quite a bit of demand that is coming up for the cruises in the Alaska region. And that's why you will also see that we will start with our operations into Anchorage. I would like to highlight at this point that the session is being recorded, and the details of this session will be also shared by the gold medal team with you. So you will get all these information for you to refer to at a later stage as well. You will find all this information which will be included in that particular communication from gold medal. A little bit about the UAE information. So as mentioned earlier, we operate a daily flight with the Airbus 330 of Lufthansa German Airlines into Frankfurt. With Swiss International Airlines, we operate 4 times a week frequency with a combination of Airbus 340-300 and a 330-300. So please optimize the combination of the Lufthansa Swiss combinations in terms of the frequencies, availability of the seat capacities, because we have the same fare to the destination with the same fare conditions. What is important for you to also keep at the back of your mind is only valid ticket holders are currently allowed into the terminal building. We operate out of Terminal 3. A mask has to be worn at all times by all the travelers. Expect the passengers to arrive at the airport no more than 4 hours before the scheduled time and no less than 2 hours, because there is a lot of document check which is also required. So please make sure that the passengers are there in time when it comes to the check-in procedure. At the moment, an online check-in is available. However, boarding cards will not be issued online because of the document check. So the physical boarding cards will only be issued at the time of check-in. What is the current special promotion that we have for you? So as you see, the theme is summer travel. It is VFR travel. So we do have a special promotion, which is visit friends and relatives with an exclusive two-piece free baggage allowance for all our travelers traveling in economy class from Dubai to European destinations and Lufthansa and Swiss flights. So if you do receive queries from customers who are wanting to travel to Europe, this promotion is available for sale until the end of June, for travel until the end of December in 21. So please make use of this promotion. Sell the two-piece baggage allowance, because all the travelers who are looking to travel for holiday, visiting family, most of them actually undertaking travel post pandemic or almost after a year, they definitely have a lot of private personal items to carry for their family, and similarly also bring these items back into Dubai when they return back. So please look at this promotion and offer these promotions to your clients when they're traveling in economy class. A little bit on the local requirements for departure and arrival Dubai. So as you all are aware, the COVID-19 Dubai Smart app needs to be downloaded on the customer's mobile before going to the airport. The COVID-19 negative certificate has to be printed in English or Arabic, not older than 72 hours. Certain passengers arriving into Dubai from select countries are required to take another PCR on arrival, and the exception being that for UAE nationals, for arrival, the PCR can be done on arrival. Important information also to highlight is that for Dubai visa holders, residence visa holders, they no longer need the GDRFA approval. However, for the non-Dubai residents, the ICA approval is still needed, and the Al Hosna app needs to be downloaded. So we always follow the guidelines which are laid down by the Dubai airports. These are not Lufthansa guidelines. So as and when there is an update from the Dubai airports information, we are also sharing this information. What do we have in terms of flexibility of rebookings for your customers? So what are the waiver policies that we bring in order to support the customer requirements? All of us have seen that the current pandemic, the uncertainty is still there. A lot of passengers have tickets, they don't know when to travel, or they cannot plan in the current situation because of the restrictions. So we do have the possibility that with the Lufthansa Group Airlines, the passengers have an extended rebooking and a reissuance option, which is until the 31st of May 2021. In addition to the free rebooking fee, there's also a possibility to change origin destination. However, please bear in mind that a fare difference, if applicable with these change routing regulations, then of course a fare ADC or a tax ADC needs to be collected. However, a rebooking or a reissuance free is unlimited number of times, and it's completely free of cost. Of course, at the end of the day, refunds are still possible depending on the fare rules. Refunds are possible to do either via GDS or RA via BSP link. But what we have adapted in the current situation is also our refunds procedure. So for tickets for Lufthansa which have expired, refunds can be processed within 3 years from the date of expiry. And for Swiss International, these refunds can be processed also within 10 years from date of expiry. Yeah, so these tickets can be processed via the RA. So please feel free to get in touch with our Lufthansa team if you need any clarification on the refunds. A little bit of a highlight or an overview slide which helps you in terms of what is the rebooking and the refund possibility when our flights are cancelled our end, or when flights are not cancelled but the passenger decides not to travel. So we have options which are very clear and straightforward on the slide, that you will see that when there is a rebooking that needs to be done, standard involved procedure rules will apply. Reservation changes can be done anytime within the validity of the ticket date, and within the lowest RBD or compartment. There is no repricing required. The option two is if there is a reissue or an exchange for a new travel date, then as I mentioned, the waiver policy remains until the deadline of 31st of May. A repricing is required, and the latest travel date can be until the 31st of December. When it comes to non-cancelled flights, when it comes to the change fee waiver, you will see this on the right hand side. Yes, you can rebook without a fee. The rebooking has to be done before the ticketed travel date, and again the tickets can be rebooked even after 31st of May to a new date. However, a repricing will be required, and the non-changeable fare condition or the restriction will be waived. Last but not the least, the reissue and exchange for a new travel date. You do have an option of keeping the ticket on hold, where again these tickets can be reissued through the deadline of 31st of May 21. So this is also an overview that we will share with you later for a clear understanding of what kind of rebooking and refund and reissue possibilities you can offer your customers. Which brings me to a question that I would want to throw into you, and please feel free to also unmute and engage with us. What is the customer currently looking in terms of travel choices, and how do you think that Lufthansa also plays this role? Because we see there is a growing confidence when it comes to the travel requirement of the customers. These customers are already in contact with you to look at the summer travel. What do you think is the most important need from your customer in order to help you sell the Lufthansa Group? I would be curious to know what are the kind of insights that you have from your customers. You can unmute and talk, or you can type it in the chat box, whatever feels comfortable.
Hi, good morning, Ulpa.
Morning.
This is Syed Amir here from Travel Tag.
Good morning, Syed. Thank you for unmuting and talking to us.
My first question in regards to the countries which have a still very strict inbound policy. One of them is Canada. And as per the new rules, Canada needs 3 days quarantine at the airport
Right.
on arrival. Apart from their residency status, everyone has to quarantine on
That's
arrival for
correct.
3 nights.
Mhm.
Now, I would really recommend being you have a set of airlines in the group combining USA, Canada, and Europe, which is
Yes.
like Lufthansa, Swiss. How about if you offer a fare traveling to Canada and you offer a free quarantine upon arrival in Canada? It will really help us to sell more towards Canada and USA. And definitely you can look into the ways, because there are 4 entry points in Canada which require compulsory quarantine time.
Mhm.
Just think about this option. And in regards to Europe, I hope it is going to be open from 1st July if everything's under control. What are you expecting the requirement for quarantine in Europe, especially in Germany, traveling from Middle East? Thank you very
Sure.
much. My question has 2 parts.
Sure. So let me start with answering your first question. So I would definitely bring this question to our partner, joint venture partner, Air Canada. I will bring it to Deepu, and I will give him this feedback, that I've received from you, because he would be in a better capacity to see what is the current regulation, what are the current expectations, and how, as an airline, they can look at supporting this particular requirement. So please allow me to take this back to Deepu and one of us will respond back to you on this. Coming to the second part in terms of the quarantine in Germany. So, of course, I'm going to share a little information which is hot off the press as of today. But yes, at the moment, the quarantine regulations from within state to state in Germany, starts with 10 days. There is a restriction in terms of the eligible travelers into Schengen, into EU, into IFTA. But we do hope, and the governments are also lobbying hard along with the airlines to see how is it that we would want to have a safe and comfortable travel for all the people who want to travel for summer or going for the months forward. At the moment, we do not have any kind of an indication in terms of when do they plan to relax, because it all depends upon the vaccination, within each individual Schengen country. But to answer your question, as of now, there is no indication. It all depends on the vaccination. But we do know that in the background, the quarantine state to state will remain. And there are certain new requirements when it comes to entering Germany, transiting Germany as well, which I will share in the next few slides. But I would say fingers crossed. Let's hope that there is something positive coming up during summer, because from the Middle East, especially when you raise this question, yes, because of the expats, we do have a lot of summer travel. And once we have some kind of insights from these countries, they will also be shared with you. Yeah, does that help as of now?
Yes, thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you. So with this, I will move on to our next informatory
Hi,
slides
Ulpa.
regard. Sure.
Hi, this is Prakash here.
Yes,
Prakash
Mr.
here.
Prakash.
I just have a quick question. I know it is
Sure.
still being talked about in the press, etc.
Uh-huh.
When you think that how effective it is going to be, that I believe that the IATA is planning to introduce the health that COVID certificate pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that Lufthansa Group, as specific, are more actively considering that this one?
Absolutely. So, from a Lufthansa Group perspective, I can say that when it comes to Common Pass, when it comes to the IATA Travel Pass, we are already preparing ourselves and our processes. We are also doing certain test runs with the Lufthansa Group Health Entry Support Center, which is currently looking at digitally, asking passengers to upload the PCR certificates, the entry regulation certificate, the passport, the visa copy, so to say. So currently we are doing this digital document checks already on certain routes. But yes, we are working in that direction, and we are looking at a digital enhancement and making this digital comfort also available to our travelers. So for sure, you can expect some kind of news from Lufthansa Group over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you. So coming back to our safety and commitment in the current times of travel, I would like to also highlight the fact that the customer safety, the health, working jointly with the national authorities, in our countries, we are also paying special attention to bringing the customer a certain confidence with a peace of mind that when he gets on board with any of the Lufthansa Group airlines, he is safe, he has the highest level of comfort, and his safety is our priority and commitment. I would like to run a video here. The video is in German, but it has the subtitles in English. But please go through this video very carefully, because it highlights the entire customer journey in the current situation, and also shows what kind of safety measures we are taking right from the time of check-in till the time the passenger is on board. Enjoy viewing. Sorry, I'm going to start that again.
Hallo, ich bin Nadia und ich zeige Ihnen heute, was wir bei Lufthansa alles tun, damit Sie unbesorgt fliegen können. Wie Sie sich schon vor dem Flug vorbereiten können, zeige ich Ihnen jetzt. Sie erhalten alle Informationen per E-Mail, auf Social Media und lufthansa.com und haben jederzeit flexible Umbuchungsoptionen. Ein Self-Check-in ist weiterhin auf vielen Flügen möglich. Informieren Sie sich vorab über die Ein- und Ausreisebestimmungen und nehmen Sie ausreichend medizinische Masken mit. Endlich am Flughafen und die Vorfreude steigt. Wir sind überall für Sie da und zeigen Ihnen gleich, was wichtig ist. Am Flughafen gilt medizinische Maskenpflicht. Halten Sie überall Abstand. Sie können bei vielen Flügen kontaktlos einchecken und zusätzliches Handgepäck kostenlos aufgeben. Covid-Testzentren befinden sich direkt an allen großen Flughäfen für kurze Wege und einen unkomplizierten Ablauf. So, das Boarding beginnt. Bis gleich im Flieger. Sie können direkt am Gate einsteigen, in kleinen Gruppen, kontaktlos durch Quick Boarding Gates und durch Biometric Gates. Das hat gut geklappt. Jetzt freue ich mich aufs Fliegen, denn auch hier ist bei Lufthansa für alles gesorgt. Auch an Bord gilt die medizinische Maskenpflicht. Hocheffiziente HEPA-Filter sorgen für beste Luftqualität und einen Luftaustausch alle 3 Minuten. Und haben Sie einen angenehmen Flug gehabt?
Ja, total. Also ich habe mich bestens versorgt gefühlt und sehr wohl und sicher.
Sie steigen in kleinen Gruppen Reihe für Reihe aus und sind sicher am Ziel. Beachten Sie die Einreisebestimmungen am Zielort. Das war mein Flug mit Lufthansa. Wir freuen uns sehr, Sie schon bald wiederzusehen.
Yes, so I hope with that you've also gained some insights into the various safety protective measures or what are the expectations when you offer the travel options to these customers of yours. Also, these measures remain similar across the Lufthansa airline group as well. So you will also find similar measures with Austrian, with Swiss, with Brussels Airlines, and also with Eurowings. If you need any information from a customer perspective, you will get this via our Lufthansa Group airline websites as well. Which brings me to the next and the most important informatory page, that your customers are always, worried about the changing travel regulations, entry regulations, airport information. One of the sources of information where you can get these details is via our .com pages, where you can enter the departure airport, the arrival airport, and it gives you a list of details in terms of what are the regulations in terms of the entry and also the airports. What is new off the press is, as of today, all passengers from the age of 6, all nationalities from all countries, even if they are non-risk areas or risk areas, must hold a negative COVID-19 test result in order to enter Germany and also transit Germany. So that's extremely important for you to remember, that as of today, all passengers with age of 6 plus, all countries must hold the negative COVID-19, even if they want to enter, of course, which is mandatory, but also for transit into Germany. So please keep this at the back of your mind. which are the authentic sources of information that you always need to refer to, especially when it comes to travel to our home markets of Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Belgium. These links will also be shared with you by the gold medal team later during their content sharing for this webinar. But for Germany, please always refer to the Federal Foreign Office. For the Austria entry regulations, the Federal Ministry of the Republic of Austria. For Switzerland is the Federal Foreign Office of Public Health. Last but not the least, for Belgium, it is the Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Development Cooperation website for the Kingdom of Belgium. Now, we always have certain very ad hoc cases of travelers where they hold either dual passports or they hold more than one nationality. They are traveling with one passport or they are transiting different countries. In case of doubt, we always recommend you to contact the local embassy in order to get more case specific entry, exit, or transfer information. So although these are the official sources where you will find information, many times you might have cases where, let's say you have an Australian passport holder residing in Dubai, been out of the country for 6 months, now wants to travel to Germany. What is the action that you can take? In such cases, we please recommend you to contact the local embassy. All the embassies are very prompt. They send out timely replies to you. So please make sure that you contact their information or the support email or the help desk. Send them exact details of your customer requirements with the passport, nationality, routing, so that they can give you the most relevant and appropriate answer. Where do you get the whole information when it comes to the changing regulations, Lufthansa products, services, special fares, promotions? Lufthansa Expert is our access portal, like a Google search when you want to do any information search related to the Lufthansa Group Airlines. So what does a Lufthansa Expert platform have for you? It is a platform for all our travel agency partners where you can get information on products, services, latest offers, promotions, entry regulations. So if you do not have a Lufthansa Expert login, you have no access to any information from our side. So in the next slides, you will also see how you can register for this particular experts platform so that you can remain connected to the latest information and updates from our side. The participation is completely free. We send you out an experts newsletter to also inform you quickly and clearly about the latest changes and news. Time to time, we also run certain quizzes, and you can definitely participate and get a chance to win as well. What do we communicate via the newsletter? So via the newsletter, which you see on the right hand side, it is actually directly coming to your mailbox once you register for this particular platform. So it gives you the highlight of the recent communication or changes or topics on which you can get more detailed information. On the website, of course, once you log in and you become a member, you get various tabs and various informations, like anything which is booking and support related, anything which is with reference to special offers, prices, anything related to our products like lounges, animal transportation, airport facilities. This is the source, this is the website where you will get all this information. During the pandemic, we also try to enhance our digital content on various topics. We have also posted coffee talk videos which give you quick tips and informations on topics like animal transportation, refunds, ADMs, excess baggage, so on and so forth. So what does experts bring to you? It brings to you information on a timely manner via the newsletters, and you can also gain this information by directly logging on to the website once you become a Lufthansa expert. And how do you become a Lufthansa expert? It's very simple. We have a website, www.lufthansaexpert.com. You can select Middle East and then your country, UAE. On the left hand side, you will see I've added also the picture, which is highlighted in green here, which says that you can click on please register now. In step 2, we request you to update your email address, your personal information. It will prompt you for setting up a password. In the next step, you need to click on the box which says that, yes, I would like to receive the experts newsletter, because that way you will be kept updated in terms of all the communication that we sent out. If you are an agency with an IATA number, you can update your IATA number there, and there is an automatic validation done by the system. Even if you're not an IATA, you still have the possibility. You can just leave the field blank and we can activate it from our side. What happens when you go through step 1 and 2? You come to step 3 where you agree on the terms and conditions. You click on save, and very shortly the system will generate a unique PIN number for you and send it out to you via your email. So if you want to remain connected with us, get the latest information on the changes, regulations, prices, promotions, this is the way you can basically keep yourself connected. Which brings me also to the program of corporate bonus, which is more or less, I would say, a corporate frequent flyer program for SMEs or corporates of a smaller size. In the past, when we engaged with you, you also gave us the insights that you cater to a lot of corporate travel segment group as well, business travel. You have a lot of SMEs, and how is it that you can support these SMEs when they are traveling with the Lufthansa Group? So you can offer them our Partner Plus benefit program. So it gives you basically wider choices, very flexible program, because we have not just the Lufthansa Group, but we also have other partners who participate in this particular program. So as a traveler, as your customer, he has a wider choice, he has flexible options, and they can definitely optimize their travel cost. The highlight of our program, when you compare it to similar programs which are offered by other airlines, is not just one airline. We have a membership of 8 airlines. Our points, once they are earned, are valid for a period of 36 months. So you have a much longer period if you want to burn these points or utilize these points. Which are the airlines who are participating? So it's Lufthansa, Swiss, Austrian, Brussels Airlines, Eurowings. Along with that, we also have Air Dolomiti, Air Canada, and United. So you see the range of offerings of the airlines under this corporate bonus program, and what is it that the customer can do with the points that they earn. So they have various awards that they can burn these points with, either with free flights, excess baggage, lounge vouchers, upgrades, Flynet voucher. Flynet is our Lufthansa internet service on board, which we also offer, certain VIP services, and last but not the least, advanced seat reservations. So there is a wide range of benefits with the number of airlines that are participating in this particular program. What is it that the customers earn, your travelers earn? As soon as they register for this program, they earn 400 benefit points, which get them off to a flying start. If additionally they do have a company corporate credit card, they can also register that and additionally have 400 points. Tracking for the tickets, it's very easy. There are GDS entries where we give you a certain tour code for tracking, and these can be programmed into the corporate's profile, and you can run it when you book the PNR. Additionally, an OZ tracking is also possible. So there are various automated options, and it is hassle-free. It is easy for your customer. There is no threshold targets. Entry to the program is completely free. So this is a unique value add and a benefit that you can offer to your business travelers and to your corporate companies like SMEs who are interested in optimizing the travel costs, especially in the current situation. We go ahead with certain operational and additional service information, but I would like to stop here and maybe also address if there are any questions that you would have and you would want to raise at this point in time. Is there any clarification that you need in terms of any entry regulation, which information to search where, anything that you're not clear about? Because then I can address those queries right now. No questions? Okay, so I go on to our next section, which is with reference to operational and additional services.
Ulpa,
Yeah,
Sorry
sure.
to this. I think we've got a question in the chat.
Sure.
Yeah, just hold on. I'll probably read that out for you.
That'll be great. Thank you.
So, Amir is asking us that I think he's talking about your newsletter. Does it cover COVID updates in Europe time to time? Do you have an update? That's what he's asking.
Absolutely, yes. So, for example, the change restriction that came in today, which is for all the passengers requiring age 6 plus to carry this COVID-19 for entry and transit, the newsletter was already sent out early today morning. So, yes, these newsletters also contain COVID related updates and informations. Thank you. Okay, so we come to our operational topics, a little bit about the booking and ticketing related information. I would like you to also refocus on the fact that when you're combining Lufthansa Group Airlines, it is one fare, it is seamless travel, same booking classes, same fare conditions. It's completely harmonized, which offers a seamless travel to your customers via the different hubs that we have. What is the highlight of the combinability of Lufthansa Group Airlines and also Atlantic joint venture? As Amir also raised the question with reference to Air Canada earlier, altogether, more options. It's the same concept of offering wider travel choices and flexibility to our partners. It's combining all these airlines put together across booking classes, across compartments, and also across fares. So, what is it that you can offer your customer? Not just one airline, but multiple airline choices. It's a neutral document, so it does not matter if a passenger wants to go to New York, whether you route him on Lufthansa or United, or you route him via Frankfurt or via Zurich, your fare remains the same. What will only change is probably the tax component, depending on the document that you're issuing or the transit stopovers that you're taking. We have same fare conditions and same booking classes. So, as a frontliner, when you are offering these options to your customers, it's one single offer with a neutral document that you can give. It's also highlighting the fact that your customer is not stuck in any particular situation. He still has wider choices to travel with a great deal of flexibility. When it comes to rebooking guidelines, please ensure that our rule has always remained that rebooking and reissuance has to be done before the departure of the original ticketed flight or within 24 hours of making the reservation change. So if you make a change of reservation and this is saved in the PNR, the transaction is saved, you have 24 hours to reissue the ticket or at least reissue before the departure of the original ticketed date. The ticketed segments cannot be kept open. So it's not that you can keep the tickets after you cancel the segments, you can keep the ticket open. These are the general fare conditions. However, because currently we do have a waiver policy in place, ticket on hold option or holding tickets with no segments, yes, is possible. But the general rule still remains that you cannot keep the ticket open unless they are fully unrestricted fares or they are IATA level fares. What is currently the situation in terms of access regulations in Frankfurt and Zurich airports? So we do have a limited availability of the lounges that we can keep open due to the local regulations. So we do have the arrival lounge, which is our welcome lounge in Frankfurt. It is outside of the transit area and it is outside of the baggage reclaim area. So all status and premium customers who are traveling to Frankfurt as a destination can use the welcome lounge. Other than that, in the Schengen areas, we do have the senator and the business lounge, which is open. And in the non-Schengen area, we have a senator lounge. So it is currently a one lounge concept. So most of the airlines have, different lounges for first class, business class, gold members, Horn Circle members. So similarly with Lufthansa at the moment in Frankfurt, we have a one lounge concept. So there are two lounges which are open in Schengen area and one lounge which is open in the non-Schengen area. Currently, our lounges in Swiss, in Zurich, remain closed until today. We do expect a further update or a development as of today if we are allowed to open any lounges. But currently, what we offer in Switzerland, in Zurich especially, is the Swiss Arrival Lounge. We have the Lounge A, Lounge D, as per the first senator, and the business class lounges, and also the one class lounge, which is our Lounge A, which is the senator lounge. Yeah. So please keep in mind that if you do have premium customers who are traveling, you can also get the information about the lounges on the Lufthansa or the Swiss.com pages, and you can give them the information of what is open and what can be used. Yeah, so that's very important. When it comes to advanced seat reservation, you do have the possibility to reserve the seat for your customers, either a window or an aisle or a legroom seat. Advanced seat reservation fees apply and they can be booked via the GDS. So you can definitely do the seating allocation for your customers. We do have the possibility of also carrying extra baggage. The only thing that has changed here is that currently for excess baggage, there is no EMD, which is possible via the GDS. So how do you buy this excess baggage for the customer? It's two ways. It's either one via the Lufthansa service team before the departure, but it can be done over only using a customer's credit card. And currently it's possible only on Lufthansa and Swiss flights. Alternatively, the customer can also purchase or pay for this excess baggage at the time of check-in at the airport, but it can be done only over a credit card. So in the current situation, if you do get any query for excess baggage to be carried, please ensure that you keep at the back of your mind that the payment is via credit card. It can be done either via the Lufthansa team or it can be done by the customer at the time of check-in. We do get a lot of queries from partners like you in terms of animal transportation, and I'm happy to say that Lufthansa worldwide is recognized for safe and comfortable transportation of animals and pets. So current situation also, we do offer a easy, convenient and affordable way on Lufthansa and Swiss flights to carry your animals and pets. We do have the possibility of carrying the pet on board in the same compartment as with the passenger, which is known as the PETC. The PETC can be booked in advance. The crate size is needed. This needs to be booked with the service team. The cost for a PETC on the flight is 380 dirhams, and there's a service fee of about 40 dirhams, which needs to be paid at the airport. In addition to this, you can also have an animal in hold. So if you have especially dogs where you are getting these queries from your customers, depending on the size of the crate, this needs to be also booked in advance with the help of our service team. And the fees can be paid at the airport. So the AVI starting fee, depending on the size of the crate, is 640 dirhams plus a service fee. Please make sure that when you are contacting our service team for any kind of animal transportation, AVIH or a PETC booking, you need to get first certain information from your traveler. So what we will need or rather the service team will need is the kind of the animal, the weight, the size, what are the regulations that are applicable in different countries will be advised to you accordingly, whether the transportation is possible or not, because there are always limited spaces on intercontinental flights when it comes to transport of PETC and AVIH. So you make the booking, get all these details, contact the service team, book the service on the PNR, only then issue the ticket. Yeah, because that would be a better way to process the bookings via the service team, because many times it's possible that you issue the ticket and then approach the service team, and if there is a situation where this service is already booked on the flight, for example, we are allowed only 3 AVIH on every intercontinental flight. So if these 3 AVIH are already booked, then obviously we are not able to take your booking, which is typically the fourth one. So please, whenever you have this request, make this booking, get the HK confirmation of the service, and only then issue the ticket. So that will save you a lot of headache. What are the free value add services? I must say that we are still in a good situation to continue offering complimentary services for all your customers when you're issuing tickets for them in the UAE. So, what we offer is a free access to a business class lounge in Frankfurt if the transit time is 3 hours or more, provided the booking or the fare is issued in premium economy travel. This can be requested via our Lufthansa Group service team via the special email address which is mentioned here. In addition to that, we continue to offer our complimentary internet service on board, which is the Flynet, and that is also possible to request for all the Lufthansa flights via our service team. Last but not the least, for all your premium customers who are traveling with us on the first or the business compartment with Lufthansa Swiss flights, we still continue to offer the limousine service from and to Dubai. We do have typically for passengers who are based in Abu Dhabi, where we also offer this service for economy class for Lufthansa Swiss. But currently, because of the border restriction, the service is suspended. Once the borders open up, we will reinstate this service even for our Abu Dhabi and Alain customers. But meanwhile, keep in mind that any Lufthansa Swiss ticket that you are issuing, we still have the complimentary value adds that you can extend to the customer. How do you reach us? How do you contact us? First and foremost, via the Lufthansa.com airline pages or the websites. Our service team is happy to help you all days from Saturday to Thursday, starting 9 o'clock in the morning up to 7 o'clock in the evening. The reason why we also have extended hours is because the service team also caters to the Gulf market. So that's why we work slightly longer times. And last but not the least, your way to keep yourself updated about all the latest news and communication is via the Lufthansa Experts platform. So these are your various points of contacts or the various sources of information to keep yourself updated. Does anybody have any question at this point in time? Before I jump into the next slides, I would like to take a break and maybe address those questions. Do we have anything in the chat box, sir, for us?
Just a minute, Ulpa, checking for you.
Sure. Meanwhile, if somebody has anything, just feel comfortable to unmute and just address and get clarifications.
No, Ulpa, I think that is the last question we
Yeah?
got on this. So I think if we have any questions, people can unmute and ask you. If not, we can quickly have your next slide on.
Sure. So after the long, boring session, this is also your time to unmute and ask the questions. Is there something in specific you would want to know? Anything in terms of passenger queries that you're getting? Anything that your traveler needs more information on, or you are not aware? Which would be the authentic source of information? I'm happy to address these questions right now. This is the session for you, so please feel comfortable, and I would really urge you to unmute and ask, because this will also help us to develop the right content to give you the right information that you are looking for.
It's me again, Amir. Just one question. Is there any
Sure.
additional flights to Southeast Asia and any plans for flights to Pakistan?
To Southeast Asia, are you looking at certain specific destinations? Because we do have currently a network into Southeast Asia. So if there are some specific destinations, then I can address it accordingly.
Yes, definitely. India and in Southeast Asia, Colombo and Pakistan.
Okay, so at the moment for Colombo, Pakistan, we do not have any operations indicated on the network. For India, because of the air bubble, there has been a further extension that has been done. So, our flights will be reinstated, but of course, these are with government approvals. India is a big and a strategic market for us. So I completely, understand, your requirements as well, along with the customers, but we are waiting for the right approvals and for this whole air bubble situation to kind of change so that we can restart our operations there. Does it help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Maybe just to also add to that, on our Lufthansa website, we do have an interactive network map as well, where you can put in the destination and you can see, what's our flight plan and what is our flight schedule as well. So if you're looking at maybe network developments going ahead in the future, you can also get this information via the .com. Perfect. So that brings me then to the next and the very important slide where I definitely need your support is again to get on to a survey link, because it's very important for us and for gold medal to also understand that the content and the information that was shared with you today, was it helpful? Was it enough for you? Was it that you were expecting something more? Because accordingly it will also help us to bring you the right content information of our session also in the future. I would still request you to remain logged in, because after you fill up the survey, we also have now the time to participate in our quiz where we give you certain exciting prizes.
Ulpa, just till probably the attendees fill up the survey, there's a
Sure.
question from Mr. Salim Mohammed from
Okay.
musatourism.com. One
Okay.
question, I'm quoting him. One question, please. Does Lufthansa Group Airlines offer STPC facilities?
At the moment, no, we do not offer STPC facilities because it's a little bit complicated with the entry regulations, with the eligibility of the travelers, and also because certain local regulations do not allow us to offer these options, because our STPC facilities are typically located outside the airport. They are not within the airport, or they are not within the transit area. So that's the reason we do have a current limitation when it comes to STPC. But yes, as a standard product, once these conditions and the entry regulations or travel restrictions are eased, we will definitely bring the STPC back. Thank you for your question.
He says thank you to you also, Ulpa.
Likewise, yes, absolutely. It's nice to also understand what are the needs of the customers, because it also helps us to improvise and offer our products accordingly. So, Sarfaraz, maybe till the time people also now finish the survey, I will come to the most exciting and the fun part, because the long, boring presentation is over now and we are done and dusted. But for all the people who paid attention to our presentation, now is the time to look at the results when you participate in the quiz. So, I will move on to the quiz slide, and I would once again request you to log on to www.menti.com using the same code, which is 13449678. Mayada, I give you the opportunity now to share your screen again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ulpa.
Can you show us the password again? Okay.
Yes, of course. So the website is www.menti.com and the code is 13449678.
Just for everybody's convenience, the website is, and the login is also, the user code is also mentioned on the chat. You can just use that, please, if needed.
So what do we have for you as prize for the quiz? So we have two winners for the quiz. The first winner gets a shopping voucher of the city center. So you can already start making plans for shopping. Or for the second winner, we have two Vox Cinema tickets that you can use. I'm sure you have not been to the cinemas in a long time, and hopefully these tickets encourage you to go and see your favorite movie with your partner, your friend, your spouse, provided you are the winner. Yeah, so this is your chance. It's also the fastest finger first. Yeah, so make sure you're attentive once we start with this. And great. Thank you so much, Mayada, for sharing the screen. So we already see that people have started logging in order for us also maybe to understand, and this is something maybe I should have announced before, you can always type your name along with the agency name, because we've had cases in the past where there are two same names and then we don't know they are from which agency. So it would be nice if you're still logging into our Menti that you can update your name with the agency name. Then that will help us to ensure your correct identity as well.
Ulpa, can I ask you how many of us in the line right now?
SS, can you tell me how many we have on the call right now? Because then it will give us an estimation of how many have logged in.
We have probably 55 in total attendance. Probably I would say around 45 or 47 of them. But
Okay.
what we've seen is in the past 10 minutes, more and more people are joining. I think there is some,
Okay.
Yeah,
that's where
because
people know there's a quiz time.
yeah.
So I think
Sure.
As of
approximately
now,
45 to stay safe. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got about 30 right now, Mayada, right?
yes.
Okay, so
Shall we
we
start?
probably give it another minute so that if people are still logging in, then they have a chance to win the prize as well. For everybody who's listening to me and still on the call, please, 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 I urge you to participate in our quiz because this is the only way that we will also know that the content and the information that we are bringing to you is in the right attitude, right approach, and that you also understand and apprise yourselves about what's going on in the industry as well. Is it okay to start, Sarfaraz?
Yes, Ulpa, please go ahead.
Perfect. So once again, I just want to highlight that when you see the question, you have about between 25 to 40 seconds to answer this question. Please do not type anything in the chat box. You need to look at your phone and you need to select the right option. Please keep in mind that the fastest finger first also gains you points. Yeah, so make sure you select the right option. And yeah, I mean that's the way we can also see who's answering the fastest and the right answer selection as well. So all the best to
Ulpa?
everybody. Yes.
Sorry, dear. I think I just want to reconfirm. I got a couple of messages that probably there's no sound. So can a couple of people on the call just confirm that you all are able to hear us with just a yes space in the chat box? Thank you, Malu and Salim. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Prakash. I think we are good to go.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just request maybe everybody to switch off the camera because that might also slow down the line and the audio.
Ulpa, already we start with the first question. Actually, my screen it was freeze, so shall
You
we
want to share
start?
your screen again?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. We can give it a minute, no problem. Just try to restart you and share your screen again.
Yes, I'm going to reshare my screen.
Maybe I switch off my video as well if it slows down the line.
I believe yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So actually the first question already ran and we already have the answers. Okay, so how many weekly flights from Dubai will Lufthansa and Swiss offer combined from March? So this was repeated in my first initial slides that with Lufthansa, we operate a daily flight Dubai Frankfurt, and with Swiss International, we operate 4 flights from Dubai to Zurich. Yeah. So until the time maybe Maida is trying to reload the quiz for us, there is something I would also like to share with you that UNICEF has a humanitarian air freight initiative. And this initiative is actually a landmark initiative from their side where more than 10 leading airlines are actually supporting the supply chain and logistics when it comes to delivery of the COVID-19 vaccines, essential medicines, and critical supplies to various countries. And I'm happy to say that Lufthansa Cargo is also one of the leading airlines who is supporting this UNICEF humanitarian initiative in supporting the distribution of the vaccine and the medical supplies and critical supplies to various nations. So I'm very happy that we are contributing from our side as well to keep the supply chain running. So when do you expect the medical tourism will open in Germany? Very good question. I mean, currently what I understand is that in terms of emergency visas or emergency requirements, there are certain embassies who are issuing the visas. I mean, we do hope that in due course, when tourism facilities do open up over the next few weeks, which is, of course, the country and the government's decision, then we can definitely kickstart, or rather say restart, the medical tourism in Germany as well. So we are happy that we are back on the leaderboard. We can see the question with the answer, Mayada. So our
Yes.
correct answer is until 31st of May 2021. And fantastic, we have the leaderboard as well. Thank you so much for everybody who is still with us. Thanks for your patience. And we have Lush Escapes, Hazel, who is leading the board, followed by Iris, and then Mariam from Haley's. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for participating. And let's move on to the next question, Mayada, before the cookie crumbles and we have another technical or a fire drill that comes up. Go, Hazel, and go all the participants to move up the leaderboard. Next question. As a trade partner, which is the platform that is used to get latest updates on Lufthansa Group products and services and offers? So is it lufthansagroup.com? Is it Partner Plus Benefit, or is it Lufthansa Experts? So once again, during the session, I highlighted the fact that which is the one single platform that gives you all the latest news, information, communication regarding the Lufthansa Group. And you need to sign on to this platform and you need to become a member. So that's the maximum hint I could give you in order to select the right answer. And the time goes out in 4, 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer, yes, is Lufthansa Experts. Lufthansa Experts platform is a Google search of Lufthansa Group products and services. A quick look at the leaderboard and let's see who's got the fastest finger and who's on the top. So we still have Hazel, followed by Iris, Mariam, and then Mr. Prakash. Great, perfect. For all the others, please, please, please keep the fastest finger first to have the right answer.
Now with the last question. Yep.
Yes, absolutely. The last question on the round for the quiz. In the current situation, which information is necessary to be updated in the booking of a traveler? So in the current situation, which is the most important information as an airline that we would need from your side at the time of booking the passenger? Is it the meal and seat request? Is it the frequent flyer? Or is it the contact mobile number and the email address? What do you think in the current situation is most important for an airline in order to have the details of a traveler? And your time goes out in 4, 3.
Come on, Marianne, Iris,
1.
Hazel, and Mr. Prakash.
Absolutely. And the correct answer is a contact mobile number and the email address, for a simple reason that if there are any last minute changes for the entry regulations, especially in the current situation, and also if there are any flight irregularities and if we want to contact the customer, the fastest way that we could do it is with the details that you update on the booking PNR. So that's the correct answer. Thank you so much. And let's see who's leading the quiz as a winner and on the leaderboard as well. Fantastic. So Hazel from Lush Escapes is our first winner. Congratulations, Hazel. Thank you so much for participating. And we have Iris as our second winner. So it's time to get those a big round of applause to our winners. And yes, for all the participants as well. We really appreciate the time that you've taken to connect with us today. So Hazel and Iris, please do expect that we will visit you along with the gold medal team to hand it over to you in person over the next few days. Congratulations once again. With this, I would also now hand it over to Nizar, who would like to also say a few closing words. And it was a great session from my side, and I hope that as Lufthansa Group connecting with gold medal today, you could find all the relevant information that you had expected, and it was a helpful and a constructive session for you. So thank you so much for your time today, and I hand it over to Nizar. Nizar, it's your floor now.
Well, thank you, Nadia. Thank you, Ulpa. And thanks to Lufthansa for such a great informative session. Yes, we overshot by somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes, but it was very informative. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And thanks to my trade partners and friends for joining us today. And I'm sure you also enjoyed the session the way I did. And for information, the recording of this session will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, and please do watch over there. And soon we will come back with a very new event and maybe face to face. So until then, stay safe, and thanks once again for joining with us.
Thank you to everybody for your time, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to reconnecting with you today. Much appreciated.
Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to the winners, and well done, everybody. Next time we'll try to keep some better and more gifts probably, yeah, for more people, so that it was a close run between, I think, Mariam and Mr. Prakash. So we'll have some more gifts for everybody next time. Thank you very much.